3.
Hi, my name is Shelby Davis, and I'm going to give my speech today. Today's young people are bombarded by what society says is pretty. We have all these shows like Tala and Tiaras and Dr. 90210 and America's Next Top Model that give us an idea of what pretty is and what we're supposed to look like, even though most of it is unnatural and not really possible for a lot of people. They tell you that to be pretty you have to be a size 0 and have unhealthy amount of body fat and go on these crash diets and all these crazy things, when back in the old days you had models like Marilyn Monroe who were full-figured and full-bodied and had one of the most successful modeling careers known, and still very, very popular in society. We have mega industries like Vogue and even like talk shows like the E and all these things that capitalize on what models are wearing and how their makeup isn't good for the day, instead of what they're doing with their kids or what they're doing in daily life, what their personality is like. And sadly, that's what the world's come to today. It used to be that our parents were the ones and our peers were the ones that transformed our self-esteem and our body image, but now it's being things like the social media and what we see in magazines, and that we have to wear these $300 clothes and buy the most expensive makeup to make ourselves look like someone we're not, when we should be saying that you're beautiful just the way you are, and you can use these things to accent what you already have. You don't have to go through plastic surgery or buy these expensive clothes to fit in. The problem that these industries are creating is this unhealthy, unnatural image that women in TV ads and movies say that they need to look like. Nearly half of all Americans personally know someone that has an eating disorder. According to U.S. statistics, 10 to 15% of people suffer from an eating disorder that are males. 95% of those who have eating disorders are between the ages of 12 and 25, which is really, really remarkable, since at 12 years old you should be outside playing with your friends in your easy bake oven rather than worrying what your body image is like, since you don't even know what it's like yet. And it's really, really sad that 50% of girls between the age of 11 to 13 already see themselves as overweight and that they need to lose weight when they're not even fully developed yet. And a lot of their weight is essential to them growing and becoming an adult. The cause of these vast problems are lack of awareness and of how dangerous this epidemic really is. Bulimia can corrode your trachea and make it to where it's very difficult to eat after you purge yourself after every single time you eat. And anorexia causes a lot of different bone issues that has earlier signs of osteoporosis and all kinds of different things that lead to your lack of calcium and vitamins and protein that you have in your body to really form. We have to turn, now we've been turning from the less skin and bones look to the more muscular look, which isn't any better, because now women are taking that a step further by looking at Oxypro and all these things that are unhealthy additives that create more bulk or shrink the skin around your muscles to make you look more muscular. And these also have unhealthy side effects. Instead of still promoting a natural and a healthy way of doing things, they're still creating and capitalizing on the fact that they know that Americans and other just people have bad body issues, so they're capitalizing on that, trying to sell products, which is a really, really sad fact. I just wish that these industries would think about what their little girl would think about seeing this certain ad in their magazine like Vogue, or see the certain things that they have on movies, what kind of image that they're portraying to just their little girl, and then think about everyone else's little girls or little boys that are suffering from this same problem. You see more and more new diets and crash diets that are really just poisoning our youth. I read an article that says that there's a stereotypical blonde-haired, blue eyes model that is referred to as the all-American model. There's a model called her name's Kathy. She works in the fashion industry, and she remarks. Her remarks in the first episode of America's Top Model says that she resembles supermodel Christy Brinkley because she's blonde, blue-eyed, and she's the all-American girl, even though that her body image and her face features are nothing like that. Just because she's blonde hair and blue eyes, she says she's similar to this supermodel. The judges classified her as a classical beauty just because of the way that she looked. Another article and study done says that many variables have been hypothesized to play a role in the onset of body image problems and eating disturbances, including the negative effect, the low self-esteem, the media pressure, which I've already talked about, and what's called the societal-based thin ideal, which is something I've talked about already, that they have that ideal that they need to be skinny to make themselves feel good. The main reason that this is so prominent is because they have even your parents and your peers that are telling, joking in junior high and high school, oh, you're overweight, oh, you need to lose weight, when they should be focusing on the good things about them. You shouldn't be hearing from your parents or your peers that you need to look a certain way and act a certain way, when they should be capitalizing on things like your personality and your intelligence and things like this, which is slowly going to the wayside. I mean, we have like the show Tall and Tiaras that are teaching these little babies from 8 months old until they stop doing pageants that you need to dress in the prettiest of, bedazzled dresses, and we need to put in fake teeth and fake hair that is nothing of themselves to be pretty. Then there's an effect from these media. It's called the third person effect, which suggests that the effects of media and the content directly influences the self, attitudes, and behavior that may not be the only important kind of influence. A complex indirect effect may also occur as people account for the effects of the persuasive imagery in media on others in their social networks, meaning that even though that they know that they're being persuaded to act a certain way or to feel a certain way, and even though they try not to, conform to what they're trying to be persuaded to do, the third person effect still happens, where they have this little bitty voice in the back of their head saying, but maybe if you just lose 2 pounds, maybe if you just buy those new sandals and you dress a little better, then you'll be more popular, more social, you'll be in the better social group. There was a study done in North Carolina where 35 participants from the age 11 to 15 participated, and 136 girls out of the 325 stated that they have felt pressure from the media to lose weight. About 182 girls stated that the magazines I read and TV shows I watched emphasized the importance of being thin. Another similar study was done with adults where they watched these commercials that talked about depression and anger and anxiety, and then followed by all these passive-aggressive shots at how you shouldn't be overweight in today's society. And even the people that had the highest of self-esteem in an anonymous survey said that they even felt that they needed to conform to the way of society. In conclusion, London Levi, a famous actress and model, confesses that judgments that they face in the industry are very real. It's not just felt by the people watching these TV shows, but it's actually felt by the models that we think are so perfect that are actually in these TV shows. She stated that if there were 2 models competing for the same job, and one was 5'9" and had just recently gained 10 to 15 pounds, but still were at a normal weight, and then there was one that was about 6 feet tall and only weighed 110 pounds, the industry makes it very clear which one of those they would choose. They would choose the second one. She says it keeps us always trying to thin down and to look unhealthy to keep these jobs, because we're being beat out by other people that are going to more drastic measures to stay thin. These media giants feed on the insecurities of girls and just try to sell more products and clothes for capital gain. The truth is, we can do something about it. We can boycott these magazines and boycott these products rather than showing them that we want more by buying more of them. And we also need to say that it's okay to admit if you're having a problem. Even the most famous of actresses and singers like Nicole Scherzinger off of the Pussycat Dolls said that she has suffered from bulimia her whole life. So this problem is normal and it is okay, and we need to be proactive about this instead of reactive to it, and we need to work together to make these statistics less severe. Are there any questions?
So pretty much what you're saying is we don't need to be buying those clothes, we can just be ourselves and be pretty.
Yes.
We don't have to starve ourselves to be all skinny.
Yes.
Like Faith Hill. Tim McGraw.
Any other questions? Thank you.